It's 88.5 KCSN. Sky Daniels, joined by the Psycho Sisters. In real life, outlaw in-laws, Vicki Peterson and Susan Cowsill. Welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Vicki is a frequent visitor, and now it's great to have you here, Susan, with us.
Thank you very much, Sky.
I mean, there's history here in so many ways. You are, in fact, real-life in-laws.
We are.
You both come from musical families.
We do.
You both married drummers.
We did.
God help us.
This is kind of starting to sound a little creepy.
But it's just there is so much that interests me. Of course, now for those of you who don't know, Susan, member of the legendary pop group the Cowsills, I believe it was at 8 years of age you sang your first vocals on Indian Lake, was it?
Yes, that is, wow, that's absolutely
good, huh?
very specifically great. And yes, that's me, war hooping.
And of course, Vicki, member of the Bangles, and you have performed as the Psycho Sisters for some period. You toured in the 90s. You were doing some stuff.
We did. And
was that touring?
We did more hanging out than actually performing, and did very little recording, which I'm sure we'll get to later with that particular discussion. But we toured with Giant Sound in Europe.
Oh, that's right.
We did tour.
Oh, we were working. Is that what we were doing?
Stealing boats in the middle of the night.
Yes.
Escalator races. Yeah, that was working.
Oh,
we were
yeah.
working in
no,
Europe.
we did.
Yeah.
We toured for, 2 weeks?
2 weeks. Yeah. Extensive touring in the 90s.
We were exhausted when it was over. Baby, won't you let me take you home with me? I wanna be the one to save you, baby, can't you see? I didn't ask you to say those things. This ain't no movie, I'm a human being. There was no loaded gun to your head. You must be having some fun, it's fun to lie.
Pretty baby, wanna wake up with you every day. And if you're frightened, I will kiss your fears away. I didn't ask you to say those things. I wasn't looking for no diamond ring. I didn't tie no noose around your neck. You must be having some fun. It's fun to lie.
You now live in New Orleans.
I do.
It's the scene you did.
And so, and Vic was there for 10 years. You know, we moved with the Continental Drifters. We married a band and moved to the South.
Pretty much.
And Vic was there for 10 years. And I think a lot, you know, there's a song that I think I'm getting ready to write. It's something in the water there that or the dirt or something that you absorb into your molecular structure that affects everything in your life, and music definitely. I know for me, it was a huge influence, and
Absolutely.
You too.
The Continental Drifters was just
that
a
was
huge,
our kindergarten.
hugely important
musical time for me. And
Me as well.
yeah.
Is it just coincidence that you're able to harmonize
Yes,
the way?
we opened our mouths and there we were. I mean, when we sing unison, no, even more so when we were preparing for this McCabe show coming up and just coming here, I'm rehearsing at home, and I'm going, which one of I'm
texts me,
listening
"Am
to
I
the
the
record,
high harmony
and I don't
on
know
this?"
who I am. Right. She had it down, I'm like, am I the high or low? And she goes, I don't know, let me go listen. I think
I'm low, you're high.
You know, and it's that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's actually, and a lot of people can't tell our voices apart. And that is something you usually find in families.
Right.
Debbie and I have it. Susan has it with her brothers. I mean, that blend, even though there's a gender difference, they can sound identical. They blend so beautifully. It's one of my favorite sounds on the planet. I'm just say that. Cowsills in particular, but familial blends in general.
You don't have to say that anymore. You're married to him.
I know.
Okay,
I mean,
you quit
it's all
with that.
good.
You close that deal.
Feel it.
Stuff.
Still
Okay.
feel it, man.
You close the deal.
But for whatever reason, when Susan and I sing together, and our speaking voices don't particularly sound similar, I don't think, and she has a very different singing style than I do, but when we sing together, something happens, and it's just kind of fun and magical. And she said it because the only other woman she'd ever sung with before was her mother, before singing in a room with me.
Yeah,
She went,
and I've sung with
like
many
my
women
brothers."
since, and it's not the same thing. It's just not.
And your obviously your kindred spirit probably fuels the joy of blending your voices.
Absolutely,
Because
especially
you guys are having a good time.
moments
here
like
today.
Fun to Lie. Are you kidding?
You're having a good time.
Yeah, we're having a good time.
This is not a somber lot.
No, and that's well, here you go. And so when we're making this record, it's like, well, I mean, clearly we've evolved in the last 22 years, in the songwriting realm, and we could have written a whole new record, but it just wouldn't have, it would have reflected us now, and we will. And not that that's a bad thing, but the innocence that we actually were, believe it or not, we were innocent at one point, and
Relatively speaking.
and just in the sisterhood and the ridiculous nature of our relationship comes across, and it is why we talk about this too. I mean, anymore, or even initially when you're in a band, you're making music with somebody, you're doing it to hang out. I mean, my husband and I, we tour together because we want to be together, and when you combine that kind of desire plus the event of music, you're gonna hear that joy. Not really a lover, he's more than just a friend. We tend to take up where our happiness ends, and there's nothing I wouldn't do or say to keep him safe, the little boy at play. Never, never, boys, crying on my shoulder. Never, never, boys, tell me their woes. Never could enjoy, never growing older, as I keep on falling for never, never, boys. He tries to tell me I'm what he's looking for, straight from his mother's house to my front door. And there's nothing I wouldn't say or do to keep the truth from ever shining through. Never, never, boys, so sad and tender. Never, never, boys, tell me their woes. Never could enjoy love's sweet surrender, and I keep on falling for never, never, boys. This would be
change. And I can understand why that's not so strange. 'Cause if you don't grow up, you don't have to be intimate, responsible, or free. Never, 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 boys, crying on my shoulder. Never, never, boys, tell me their woes. Never could enjoy love's sweet surrender. Yeah, but I keep on falling for never, never, boys. Yes, I keep on falling for never, never, boys.
Well, you are going to share the music of the Psycho Sisters tomorrow night at McCabe's.
Correct.
Perfect venue.
Yes, we thought so.
And so we want to make sure we invite our listeners out to catch you and see you. You'll be able, I'll tell you, as you hear today, the performances, the songs, the harmonies are tremendous, but the rapport, the repartee between these two, it's a hoot. And you're hearing the part. You're hearing the part that we've counseled them, not cowsilled, but counseled them many times to say, "Quit swearing."
Quit swearing, kids, you girls.
Yeah,
So
well,
you're going to hear the unfiltered version tomorrow
damn
night
Skippy you are.
at McCabe's. So we invite you out to come out and have a rip-roaring good time and enjoy two of the great legends of pop music. And thanks for coming out. You know, this is always a home for you, and it really does.
Thank you.
I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about all the things that you've been involved with, both of you, musically, and there's a lot of great rich history. And so I do encourage our younger listeners
Yes.
to use the Google and go back
Google
and get
it.
a sense of just how influential and how much these two women have done. And you'll have the perspective that we have and the respect we have for the Psycho Sisters here at 88.5 KCSN.